What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're having a good weekend. In this video, I want to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. What did we see last week? What did we see on the first week of Ethereum ETFs trading live? We're also going to look at Ethereum and Bitcoin on the chart, and let's get started. If you guys get something useful out of this, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you appreciate a Sunday video, make sure you drop a like, and make sure you check out the links down below for some free stocks and cryptos. And let's start off here. Ethereum ETFs see 341.8 million in net outflows in the first week, mostly due to Grayscale's ETHE. And on Friday, July 26th, Ethereum saw the ETFs bleed $162 million, and that's the third consecutive day of outflows. You can see that Grayscale's Ethereum ETF has been continuing to see outflows. This is weighing down the ETFs. If it wasn't for this, we'd be seeing inflows, similar to what we see with Bitcoin. Typically, it's always Grayscale that's the one that has the big outflows. And can you blame people when we have ETHE at a 2.5% fee, whereas you can get into something else for a 0.25%. Grayscale's Ethereum Trust now only holds an assets under management of $7.46 billion. So the positive here is compared to Bitcoin, they have much less holdings. But, you know, this is definitely going to be a hurdle. This is definitely potentially a lot of selling pressure over the coming weeks and months. But over time, you know, the people that want to get out will get out. And Grayscale's mini Ethereum Trust will probably be their bigger fund soon. Now, check this out. It's still early, but if Grayscale's selling pattern is an indicator, basically, the net outflows for ETHE might slow down. However, with an average net outflow of around 378 million per day, ETHE's assets could be depleted within a month. Now, James Safer has an interesting take, or I don't know why I said interesting, but he shows us the light here with this comment. The major difference is the comparatively massive ETHE outflow. I think GBTC didn't have that on day one because it was still at a meaningful discount when it launched. And check this out, analysts anticipate that spot Ethereum ETFs will attract inflows ranging from 6% to 48% of those seen by Bitcoin ETFs in the first 6 months. This estimate suggests total inflows into Ethereum ETFs could reach between $1 trillion and $7.5 trillion by late January 2025. Now, while Ethereum's seeing outflows, we are seeing positive inflows from Bitcoin spot ETFs. And on Friday, they pulled in $51 million in inflows. Now, changing the pace a little bit, we have this article saying that there's still a long way to go in this overall bull run. One thing that's cited is the 30-day to the 90-day moving average of Bitcoin's hash rate. And I believe I showed you guys this in one of my recent videos, but basically Bitcoin's post-halving hash rate contraction is on the verge of reversing. Security is growing, which equals healthy network and positive for price. You can see that the reversal is coming. And also in this article, there's a similarity made between the NASDAQ and Bitcoin. 2009 is to millennials what 1982 was to boomers. The NASDAQ launched in the 1970s, but wasn't considered a serious investment until the mid-80s or early 1990s. Since then, it has outperformed all other markets. As Bitcoin enters its mainstream moment, the wider asset class will also see adoption and investment inflows. Now, we do have some news I want to talk about from the Bitcoin conference. There's a lot that I still have to watch there. But check this out. Wall Street's Cantor Fitzgerald to open a Bitcoin financing and lending business, starting with $2 billion. And the business will provide leverage to Bitcoin holders. We're going to welcome Bitcoin into the financing family of the global financial markets. Yes, it's happening. All the institutions are becoming more and more aware of Bitcoin. Many are now offering lending services. The adoption is definitely accelerating. Now, looking at Ethereum real quick, it looks like we're tightening up. We're seeing the price kind of slow down, coming down a bit, but the support level is being held. This roughly $2,800 that was a previous resistance, we broke out of it and ran. You can see the clear reaction from the market. The market wants to keep it over 2,800. While we're seeing lower highs, we are consolidating. We're tightening up, and there is going to be a big move on Ethereum soon, in my opinion. One thing you got to realize with the spot Bitcoin ETFs is we didn't just rally right out of the gate. If anything, we actually pulled back for about a week. I would expect similar to Ethereum. The market has a poor memory. People aren't paying attention to this. It is going to fear some people out, and Wall Street will take advantage, buy more Ethereum, and rally it up. Because people forget how Bitcoin did in the beginning. Bitcoin pulled back in the beginning. It rallied coming up to when the spot Bitcoin ETFs went live, and then we saw an initial sell-off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Similar to what's happening here with Ethereum. I think if we give it some time, give it a couple more days, get those outflows out of the way from Grayscale, start seeing that those are coming in lower and lower, we will break out of this descending resistance, and we will break our 52-week high, work towards our last cycle's all-time high. And I showed you guys this, but this is kind of my trajectory for Ethereum. I think we're eventually going to break all-time high. We're going to see an $8,000 to $10,000 peak on Ethereum. We're going to fill out this longer-term pattern. And in 2026/2027, we'll hit our crypto winter low somewhere in the 3,000s. That's right, our crypto winter low may be right around where we are here, maybe a little lower. But one thing to me is very certain, we are never going to see under a $1,000 Ethereum ever again. Hopefully you guys took advantage when you could. Now looking at Bitcoin, we're getting a bit of a bearish RSI divergence. You see the RSI is coming down, but the price is trying to maintain. I do think we're going to continue to fill out this ascending channel. So maybe we pull back a bit, but that's okay. We're still in an overall uptrend. As long as we don't break the 200 MA right here, or roughly $61,000. Of course, this is moving with time, so if we continue sideways here, we get into mid-August, you don't want to break roughly 65,000. Remember, this is a pattern that's moving up, so we have to ride up this support. As time goes by, this support will be higher and we have to continue to hold it. But there's a positive here. We're seeing some support on the 50 MA. You'll see that we found it, bounced it, and tested it, bounced again. That's very positive. And I do believe this is the short-term bottom. We saw that RSI divergence, all that Mt. Gox fear, the Germany selling, a little bit of a retail panic, and we saw the RSI post a higher low while the price was dropping. This marked the bottom, and I don't believe we're going lower than this. This 55,000, I don't think we're going to see under it. Keep in mind, a lot of the creditors for Mt. Gox have received their crypto. Some are deciding to sell, some are deciding to hold. As we get closer and closer to this being complete, the market will already have long looked past it. So in my opinion, since the market is forward looking, the market's already priced in this event when it dropped and took billions and billions of dollars in market cap away. And I do think we're going to continue to recover. As I said, my prediction that's probably going to be wrong is 80K by August, but perhaps I'm only slightly wrong and we see 80K in August at some point. I personally do think it's a matter of a month or so until we see new all-time highs for Bitcoin. It is very close. If you follow the cycle, it should be right around a month or so from now when we really rally. Typically, the huge rally comes a few months after the halving hits. It takes some time for the supply crunch to happen, and like what has happened every 4-year cycle, we are going to rally. We are going to see new all-time highs again, and the Bitcoin rally is only in the middle point mark. But let me know what you think about the spot Ethereum ETF week we had. Were you expecting outflows there? I think we're going to continue to see net outflows until Grayscale diminishes more of their funds, until that becomes more of a non-issue. But make no mistake, in my opinion, 1 month from now, Ethereum will be much higher in price, similar to what happened with Bitcoin and the spot Bitcoin ETFs. Soon we will see net inflows and it will contribute to a positive price on Ethereum. But thanks as always for watching, guys. What do you plan on buying next week? What do you think about the Bitcoin conference? I still have to watch a lot of it. Hopefully you guys continue to have a good weekend. Thanks as always, and I'll see you next time.